Team 22 of 52 teams of 8 rival wisdoms. Help make America wiser and kinder with antique quotes that have passed the test of time to make humanity great with words of wisdom to encourage, educate and entertain generations for centuries. Get a competitive edge with faster reading skills, alpha cipher puzzles and repetitive easy math to help us all grow wiser and kinder. Team 22 of 52 teams of 8 rival wisdoms. Team Quote 22.1. Genius does what it must, and talent does what it can. Edward Bulwer-Lytton 1831–1891. Edward Bulwer-Lytton's quote touches on the difference between genius and talent. Genius is driven by an inner compulsion to create and achieve, almost as if it has no other choice. Talent, on the other hand, works within its capabilities, doing what it can. It's a powerful reflection on the intrinsic drive that sets true genius apart. Edward Robert Lytton Bulwer-Lytton was an English statesman, conservative politician and poet, who used the pseudonym Owen Meredith. He served as Viceroy of India between 1876 and 1880. Team Quote 22.2. Skill and confidence are an unconquered army. George Herbert 1593–1633. George Herbert's quote powerfully emphasizes the unbeatable combination of skill and confidence. When you possess both, you become an unstoppable force, capable of overcoming any challenge. It's a reminder that believing in your abilities is just as crucial as having the abilities themselves. George Herbert was a Welsh-born poet, orator, and priest of the Church of England. His poetry is associated with the writings of the metaphysical poets, and he is recognized as one of the foremost British devotional lyricists. Team Quote 22.3. A pound of pluck is worth a ton of luck. James Abe Garfield 1831–1881. James Abe Garfield's quote champions the value of courage and determination over sheer chance. It suggests that bravery and persistent effort are far more reliable for achieving success than relying on luck. It's a call to take charge and boldly pursue goals, trusting in one's own grit and resolve. James Abram Garfield was a mathematician, lawyer, legislator, and the 20th President of the United States, serving from March to September 1881. He was shot by an assassin 4 months into his presidency and died 2 months later. Team Quote 22.4. He who has never failed somewhere cannot be great. Herman Melville 1819–1891. Melville's quote is a powerful reminder that failure is an integral part of the journey to greatness. It suggests that true success often comes from learning and growing through our mistakes and setbacks. Embracing failure as a stepping stone, rather than a stumbling block, can lead to remarkable achievements. Herman Melville was an American novelist, short story writer, and poet of the American Renaissance period. Among his best-known works are Moby Dick and Billy Budd. Team Quote 22.5. In recounting our woes, we often soothe them. Pierre Corneille 1606–1684. Pierre Corneille's quote highlights the therapeutic power of expressing our troubles. Sharing our worries and challenges can help us process and release the emotional burden, providing a sense of relief. It's a reminder of the importance of talking about our feelings and seeking support when needed. Ever found comfort in sharing your woes with someone you trust? Pierre Corneille was a French tragedian. He is generally considered one of the 3 great 17th-century French dramatists, along with Molière and Racine. Team Quote 22.6. Be content to act, and leave the talking to others. Balthasar Gracian 1601–1658. Gracian's quote is a call to let your actions speak louder than words. It suggests that genuine effort and deeds hold more weight than mere talk. By focusing on doing rather than saying, you cultivate a sense of purpose and authenticity. Ever found that actions truly do make the difference? Baltasar Gracian was a Spanish Jesuit priest, counselor to kings, philosopher and author of The Hero and the Pocket Oracle and Art of Prudence. Team quote 22.7. No snowflake in an avalanche ever feels responsible. Voltaire 1694–1778. Voltaire's quote paints a vivid picture of collective responsibility. It's a reminder that even small actions or inactions, when combined, can lead to significant consequences. It highlights how individuals often dissociate from the larger impact of their behavior. Voltaire was a French writer, historian, and philosopher famous for his wit, advocacy of freedom of speech and separation of church and state. Team quote 22.8. The fears of one class of men are not the measure of the rights of another. George Bancroft 1800–1891. Bancroft's quote underscores the fundamental principle of equality and justice. It highlights that one group's anxieties or prejudices should never be used to limit the freedoms and rights of another. It's a call for fairness and the recognition of universal human rights. George Bancroft was an American historian whose comprehensive 10-volume study of the origins and development of the United States caused him to be referred to as the father of American history. Free Easy Extra Advantage Math, Spelling and Reading workbooks you can download for free at stop2think.com or by at educationstopshate.com. Free Easy Math Wisdom workbooks with octo-repetition to grow math self-confidence. You'll get plenty of repetitive practice of age ranges and averages of our 52 teams of 8 quote authors. Free Easy Alpha Cipher-coded puzzles teach letters, numbers, and phrases using antique wisdoms that encourage and educate. Can you decode this cipher quote of encouragement using either our Learning to Spell or just for fun instructions? And since time is money, practice reading faster with 52 teams of antique rival wisdoms that have passed the test of time to encourage, educate, and entertain generations for centuries. We offer printed versions and timed videos with background music. Sign up for free weekly emails of 52 teams of antique rival wisdom workbooks with easy math, spelling, and reading practice. And if you'd like to get paid for sharing our wearable wisdoms, keep this in mind. Everyone I know wears a shirt, and most of us change them daily, so change your shirt and change the world. Social equalities are blatantly subliminal antique positive wisdoms repetitively shared without saying a word. This applies to all our wearable shareable wisdoms, like pretty witty baby onesies and baby tees, that you and others will see and read multiple times a day. The same is true with pretty witty kids, but they'll also share these wisdoms with anyone that can read at daycare or school. Youthful truths let your kids gain confidence, sharing antique wisdoms with their friends. Imagine them sharing words of wisdom with classmates and teachers. I think, therefore I think tees I wear is a super easy way to share words of wisdom that have passed the test of time. Our social equalities help make us all wiser and kinder with blatantly subliminal messages, promoting a more fair and equal opportunity society for all. And don't forget our giftwisdoms.com for birthdays and holidays that makes it easy to share the wisdom with clothing, coffee mugs, and magnets. So do the future a favor by encouraging, educating, and entertaining with words of wisdom that have passed the test of time to make us all wiser and kinder. With wearable wisdoms to fit babies, kids, and adults, you can clothe a whole family, city, or state. Join the 52 of 8 today.